What's up guys, Rogue-9 here. We're back to some serious business after a couple of fun videos, and today we're comparing Ying's 612 shotgun with Legion's 612 SD. What differentiates these two guns? Let's find out. Long story short, the two guns are practically the same. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm only joking of course. There's a little bit more to the story than that, but the similarities between these two guns run much further than most would have expected. They can both take the exact same attachments, they have the same recoil patterns, they come with the same amount of ammo, and according to the stats, they both do the same baseline damage. Oh, and of course they have the same mobility rating, just like almost every other gun in the game. Come on Ubisoft, what is it with this mobility nonsense? How hard is it to either fix the entries or to just go ahead and remove the stat entirely? That's not a rhetorical question, I'm actually asking because I have no idea about how this game is coded. I'm guessing it's more complicated than we all assume. Mobility aside, the fire rate is of course not listed since the guns are single-shot revolvers, but I tested them both and the mode average time between shots was 18 frames or 300 milliseconds, which translates into a nice round fire rate of 200 RPM for both guns. I also went ahead and measured the reload speed for both guns, and it's 2.8 seconds. Not that that means much without being able to compare it to other guns. Hey, here's an idea. If anyone at Ubisoft is watching and you ever find a programmer with a bit of spare time on their hands, maybe consider removing the mobility rating from the stats and replacing it with reload time. Just an idea. The hipfire and the ADS spread of the two guns are also the same. So up until now, the guns look absolutely identical, which is surprising since suppressors in the game normally come with a defined set of impacts on the gun's appearance and performance, as I demonstrated at length in my trilogy of suppressor videos, link at the end. Normally, suppressors are attached to the end of the barrel, making the gun longer and you therefore easier to spot. Not the case here, both gun models have the same length. Normally, you would expect a significant reduction in baseline damage, but once again, this is not the case here. I made sure to check. In fact, I checked not only the close-range baseline damage, but also the damage drop-off curves, and they are exactly identical not only to each other, but interestingly also almost the same as Ela's FO12. The only difference in the data I gathered for the FO12 was that the damage plateau of 24 points per pellet started 1 meter later, but given that the ping only gives us distance to the nearest meter, small variations should be expected, and I'm comfortable concluding that the drop-off curve for the three guns are in fact the same. So is the 612 SD simply a gun that has all the benefits of a suppressor without the downsides? Well, normally we would expect the suppressor to make a significant difference in terms of the muzzle flash and smoke produced by your gun. With the 612 there is a bit of a difference, but I would not say that the SD offers any particular advantage here. Sure, with Ying's version you can see a muzzle flash in the red dot sights that can take up anywhere from between a third of the optic up to almost half. But even though the SD variant does not have a muzzle flash, it still produces a massive amount of opaque smoke that completely obscures your vision for a couple of frames, and I would go as far as to say that the smoke cloud for the 612 SD tends to be a bit larger than that produced by the unsuppressed version. No real advantage there then. But what about probably the greatest benefit of suppressors, hiding the white incoming fire warning that you get whenever bullets pass close to you? As you can see, the unsuppressed variant will give the enemy a white direction indicator for close bullets and a red one when a hit is scored. If we check out the suppressed version now, we can see that the enemy also gets to see the warning. And if we look at the shooter, we can see that even in terms of a muzzle flash that can give away the enemy's position, the two guns look identical. The only difference is in the noise that the two guns make. Ying's makes quite an audible bang, while Legion's is clearly suppressed. But that is literally it. Apart from the sound they make and minor differences in the smoke clouds produced by each shot, these guns are in fact exactly the same. Same damage across all distances, same recoil patterns, same fire rate, same spread, same reload time, same capacity and spare ammo, same incoming fire warning, and of course, most importantly, they also have the same mobility. Hashtag what even is mobility? So just like I said right at the beginning of the video, these guns are practically identical apart from the sound they make and minor differences in the smoke. And as small an advantage as that may seem, in practice I found Legion to be far more viable with the 612 than Ying. Acting as an anchor close to the objective can allow you to ambush attackers as well as their drones at close range, and making less noise while dispatching them one by one is a valuable trait. Successfully attacking with the 612 on the other hand is quite challenging, since you need to get to within pretty much 10 meters of your target before you stand any chance at all. Furthermore, defenders opening up the map with unsuppressed shotguns or explosives during the prep phase will warn attackers that new sight lines are being created and might even lead their drones to the objective. Legion's shotgun can allow him to create breaches with less chance of being detected. So my final conclusion would be that even though the guns are almost identical, Legion's 612 SD gets the thumbs up, while Ying's unsuppressed variant gets a thumbs down. And that really is it. What are your thoughts on these guns? Do you use either of them? And are you as surprised as I was to find out that they are practically the same? Let me know in the comments below, and while you're there, go ahead and leave a like or dislike as well to let me know what you thought of the video. As always guys, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next episode.